In this experience, I would be afforded a view of a street. It could have been any street really. The location wasn't that important, though I had the sense it was UK based. As I looked on, I would see on every house in this street, and perhaps even houses and streets beyond my view here, a huge dragon perched on the roofs. I say perched, but it was more that it was a part of the roof of each house, as though moulded into it, and attached in some way. My view would switch, and I would visit several of these houses, and within I would find the owner of each house was present and located in the upstairs, the top floors of each home. What was curious was this: the dragons attached to the roofs had snake-like appendages stemming from their bodies that crept in through the roofs they were upon, and had each house owner bound with them. The appendages were not so much wrapped around the individuals, more that they were latched onto them, inserted into their very bodies, and so a very apparent indication of TapLining from reptilians, represented by these large dragons. I suppose the reason for the reptilians being in such large dragonic forms was due to the extent of the TapLining, how huge the agreements were that allowed this TapLining to be so, and being on the top floors of their houses indicated the TapLining taking place from the unseen parts of their personal selves, which would be, for these evidently unaware people, anything from the astral on up, literally speaking, so probably emotional, astral, mental, and subconscious agreement TapLiners. For these individuals seemed oblivious of these appendage-like TapLinings that were latched onto them. And it's interesting how the dragons were equally as bound and attached to the houses, to the individuals they had garnered agreement from and taplined. For, of course, these reptilians were limiting and restricting themselves to creation also, even though they present as the controllers through their decisions and choices. They are as much controlled as those they impose control over. Reptilians who like to be controlled and influenced so that they can control others, but everybody rather stuck and interwoven with each other through all the agreements that entangle them, embroiled in the cause and effect karma of those they have claimed agreement from, and now these reptilian controllers are rather stuck with all their entanglements, and will have to deal with all these individuals in the lifetimes to come. As I entered each of these houses, the dragon appendages would snake toward me as though automatically, and I would bat them away, for yes, I would recognize and perceive what was going on, and naturally then I would be in the real awareness position to better decide as to my tapliners or not, and these dragons certainly were not having my agreement.
Oh, that's a good one, Kevin. What I suggest with that one is, if you would, make a group on Facebook and the other places that you do. Call it something like World Tapliners. Your experience on that's Kevin Smith's experiences on the real side. Yeah, get it out there and let people know what's going on. And I'm sure a lot of people will read this, etc., etc. So that's just very good explanation of one of the many ways that things are happening that people don't see what's going on. Yes.
Thank you for listening to this video, and if you want to hear more, subscribe to my channel to find further recordings, and to keep you updated with all the latest new presentation videos. DUANE, the great writer, is making himself available for those who want to know more and see more and be more than just having another ordinary, unaware life on this purposely poisoned planet. Create your new session with DUANE, the great writer, and discuss any topic you like. Here are some examples to discuss: personal, financial, relationships, dreamers, government, 5G, GMO, chemtrails, vaccines, HARP, military, secret service, spying, subliminal TapLining, conspiracy, angels, gods, fairies, ghosts, aliens, reptilians, religious, spiritual, governments, monarchy, and anything that pertains to what you are experiencing in this creation bubble, and also the real universes of real freedom. Learn to get your own answers. New sessions start at 30 minutes at $1, $1 into PayPal a minute, and can be as much time as needed. And yes, the way DUANE writes his new words refers to something more than what is known here, and this is where you decide to recognize what is real now with all life, or continue on as you have, with just another personal life in an aging body form. Contact Kevin Smith UK and Dean Val USA on Facebook and YouTube. Additionally, an official new presentation club is now available. The New Awareness Club. Membership to which is $1 per month through PayPal. Click on the New Awareness website link below the description of this video, and from there navigate to the forum site and register there, which serves as a home base for the club.